So hello, welcome back. This is going to be a very short video. I just want to do a shout out to a few people. Mostly because I make these videos for fun, right? And we might get to 4,000 subscribers, maybe in the future even make it to 10,000 providers. But that's not why I'm doing it. The reason why I'm doing is just to share some tips that I found, fiddle around with some technology. That's why the video, especially the background, which I now put in a different background, when I get back to why I did that. The cameras, so the viewpoints. I'm always trying to sort of fiddle around with technology just for the fun of it. That's part of why I make these videos. And sometimes you get some feedback that you actually enjoy, and it was just a better idea that I had. So there's two things I want to say. The first one is thanks for the comments that people are giving, either on the Facebook group or on the YouTube channel, or just when they meet them. In my Alaska trip, I met like 4 or 5 people that saw my camera and some of the things that I was doing to and with it, and asked questions, and I shared some information, shared some contact information. People I've met online from companies which I'm talking to, lots of other YouTubers. I would call myself an amateur YouTuber. I think that's probably the best way to say it. But there's a lot of people who do it much more seriously, and I do tend to talk to them quite a lot now. I would argue that I'm probably talking to about 20 different ones, which have like 10 times or 100 times more users than I have. And sometimes I give them hints, or I give them hints to products that they should review, or the other way around. And but also just normal users. And today I want to give a shout out to all these people who sort of help me have fun in a way, but also to one particular, which is why I put the background there, which I'm not sure if you can see correctly. So I'll move out of the way, and maybe you can still see it a bit. So the show that I'm going to do is to channel our user who reacted on one of my videos about the Wireless Go system, so the Rode Wireless Go microphone, which I'm using as we speak. And I gave a few tips, and he just came up with a better idea of how to solve it. And you are seeing it now, or in fact you're not seeing it now. It was about how to make sure that it doesn't drop over. So let me go to a full screen, which I normally don't do anymore. And you can see, because this channel, the user I want to sort of do a shout out, I think is called Dave, but his handle is called Astronomy Live Stream, or Stream Live, one of the two. I will put a link into the description. And so that's why I put the background there. This is a picture I took in Alaska on the water. Let me move out a little bit, or probably the other way is better. And the nice thing about this picture, in my opinion, is that you can see the stars, and then clouds, and then sun. I'm not sure if you can pick it out on the background, but I found it, at least living in the Netherlands where there's a lot of light pollution, quite amazing that I could see the stars, but still see the sun sort of setting and a little bit clouds in the middle. So that's why I put it in the background. This is has nothing to do with this tip. So the tip that he gave me is actually, I will show you now, because you can't see it, by taking it out, about the Rode microphone. And it's a very, so you might hear some noise now, sorry for that. But he said, hey, why don't you just put this on a little wire? Because one of the complaints that we had is that it would sort of flip over if you bend forward and then stay there. That was one of the complaints that quite a few people had with this microphone. And he said, well, if you just put a wire around it, then you can sort of balance it and it won't drop forward. And he actually gave a better hint. So let me turn the camera a bit down like this, that you can see it a bit more. It's now sort of just bangling there. And he actually gave a better, even better advice to use one of these clips that you used for your glasses. I ordered them already. I don't have it, so just using a white wire. But I think this is like a really cool little tip that I didn't think about myself. And it works perfectly. As you can see, it's quite easy. Sorry for the noise if it's picking up this. Put it there. I actually also did some sound comparisons. It's very difficult to hear, but it's now just sort of hidden behind my t-shirt. If I move forward and I move back, there's no problem. At least I'm hoping that we don't have a problem. In my quick testing, I didn't hear any problems. So yeah, that's kind of the shout out. Also shout out to some of the other people that have been helping me. And if you think that my videos will get better, they probably won't. So for example, you can now see that I was fiddling around with some of the lighting because I'm still trying to use, so if I do this, you can see me point to the camera, because the camera is actually an application which is doing the green screen, doing recording me and doing some other stuff, and that's being sent to the mixing table so that I can switch live to the different cameras if I want to show you something and do some effects with it. But I'm always changing it, and I in fact took last time I made a video about it, it had all kinds of lights sort of attached to the top of it. I took them all off and I replaced them with some simpler lights. I'm always sort of fiddling around with it. So one of the things now, for example, is that you can see there's a little bit of extra light over here coming in from one of the lights. Not sure if I like it. I'm still sort of undecided on it, but I'm always in a sort of a state of sort of trying to yeah, change it just for the fun of it, because that's what I like to do, right? My goal is not to get the most views in the world. My goal is kind of to fiddle with technology and provide feedback to companies. So for example, I'm still talking to well, now I'm kind of lying. I will try to talk to him again because I didn't respond to the person who is making the green screen application which I'm using now, which is very cool because you can use your iPhone to do the green screening, do the front camera, do it the HDMI out, and then put it to the mixing table. I'm also still talking to the streaming box that I'm using now. I'm still talking to SmallRig to make some extra parts to make the whole setup a little bit easier to use. And I'm talking to these different YouTubers and people who comment on my channel. And yeah, I hope to continue that, and I would almost say give a little bit back of the nice tips that I'm getting and returning them to you guys. The moment that this new sort of wire comes in or clip comes in, I might actually make a video about it and showcase it again. But for now, yeah, let's go back to this camera. The tip is, a good way on the Rode Wireless Go is just to put a small wire around your neck and hang it on that, and maybe such a clip for your glasses is even better for two reasons. He pointed out is they, at least the one that I have sort of a rubber part. That means that it will probably be a little bit wider when I stick it into the holder, the little clip which is on the back. And you can attach the length in the back of your neck so that you can actually make it go up and down. And as you already noticed, I've kept the, well, let me do it a bit like this. You see it's already quite low, so I could pull it up when the clip is there. But even now I'm hoping that the sound okay, and I still have the wind protector on, so I'm also guessing that this will be working quite nicely outside. So tell me if this sounds horrible. I did EQ it a little bit because my mixing table is making a lot of noise, so I have to filter that out. Again, me sort of just playing with parts. So tell me how this sounds or and how the picture is, and yeah, let me know what you think, but keep providing me this feedback. And I kind of starting to understand my role would be the wrong word, but I know that not everybody subscribes to my channel. I know that not everybody watches all my videos, and some of them are way too long. And but I do get more and more the feeling that I'm sort of almost like yeah, an amateur YouTuber, in that way that I watch a lot of YouTube, I sort of play around, and then I might give hints to other YouTubers which either also talk about a topic, or I provide them hints into, hey, you should look at this thing in this company and make sure that they get an early version of something. So I think that's also pretty cool, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy that. If you're not part of this channel, please subscribe if you want. I have about 300 of these videos online. We also run a Facebook group called A73A7R3 Setup Tips, where we keep the rules quite tight, so it's only about tips about these cameras. So if you like that, please join us. Otherwise, see you in the next one. Bye bye.